Hi everyone, welcome to Gigi's DIY Corner. Today I'm going to make a video showing you how to make a really simple, easy card. I've got these that I've made before, and actually I have this one that I didn't make, but I was the recipient of, which is a card from my daughter. So really wonderful stuff. But what I like to do is I like to make cards, because normally what I do is I spend all my time and effort on getting the right gift, but then what happens is I forget to get the card, so I end up having to make it at home, which is a great thing to do because you can make it really personal for the person that you are giving it to. So anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, but here we go. So you're just going to need a few materials like an X-Acto knife, a pair of scissors, and if you're a kid, don't forget that you should probably get some help from your parents or from an adult, so that way you don't hurt yourself. And you can use also a ruler, pencil, eraser, some double-sided tape, a quarter. I know you're thinking, what is she going to do with the quarter? But it's going to be really simple, and I'll show you how to use that later. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to grab some paper that we like. I like using scrapbook paper, so I usually end up just buying these in bundles, but you've got so much variety to choose from. So I'm going to actually use this one. I already actually pre-cut the perfect size for the card, but I'm just going to show you using this one. So what I've done is, all you need to do is just be very careful when you're tearing this out so that way it doesn't tear and doesn't damage the other papers. Okay, so I picked this one, and it's really simple. Actually, it's just got the days of the week on it, and I'm actually going to use this for a christening card that I'm going to be going to. So it will make sense. I know you're probably wondering, why is she using a piece of paper that has the days of the week on it, but it will make sense when you see the message I'm going to place on the inside. So really simple. All I'm going to do is cut this in half. So I'm going to cut it. I'm just going to quickly measure. Scrapbook paper pretty much comes in, it's a standard size 12 by 12, so I'm just going to cut it in half, which will be 6 by 6. So what I'm going to do is just mark it, and I want my card to go this way, so I'm going to cut it down this way. So just something to keep in mind when you're cutting paper, because if you want the design to go a certain way, if I wanted to do it if I wanted to do it vertically, then I would cut it this way, and then the card would fold this way. But I want it to be this way. So really simple. I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm just going to mark off where 6 inches is on this piece of paper. So 6 right here. I'm going to do that on the other end. And then what I'm going to do is just now what I'm going to do is just connect them. Okay, so if you're feeling confident, you can just go ahead and mark. Place your ruler alongside the little marks, and you can just start cutting. But for me, I like to just have a little guideline. So I'm going to create my little line there. Okay, and I'm actually a little off. So I'm going to do that again. Okay. Okay, now, since I already have my ruler in place, all I'm going to do is take my X-Acto knife, okay, and I'm just going to expose a little bit of the blade, and I'm going to hold my ruler in place and start cutting. Now, as I said, if you're a young person or you need some help, just grab an adult to help you with the cutting part. Okay, and we'll put that away. So now I have 2 equal parts. Okay, Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over. Now this particular cardstock is actually fairly thin, so you can easily just fold it over, just like this, and I fold it so that way it's like a book, so you don't open it up like a book. This cardstock, as I said, is fairly thin. It's not too thick, so you can just fold it with your fingers, if you like, with your hands. If you want it to be a little bit more professional, I guess, and you have the tools, I actually have a score board, which basically creates a nice fold down the center that you can use. Okay, so this is the scoreboard. To be honest, I can't even remember where I got it from, but it is like the greatest tool because it helps make those beautiful folds for thicker paper, and it doesn't get ruined. And I'm going to show you what I mean. This is a piece of paper. It's thicker paper, and I tried to just fold it with my hands. I was trying to be fast and quick, but unfortunately, as you can see, it ruins the paper basically. But if you want to make a nice, beautiful fold, you would use your score-it, and what you do is wherever you want your fold to be, you would center it on this line. So for me, it would be right here, and this is the actual tool itself. It's got like a little groove inside, and all you need to do is line up this groove with this little metal piece here, and just gently score it. So you would basically create a little fold, a little folding line basically. So here you go, and hopefully you can see this. There's a little line there. Now it's like a little bump on the other side. Maybe you can see that better. And so when you fold it now, you can easily just go like this, and it creates a beautiful fold without ruining the paper. Unlike this one. So sometimes, if you've got the tools, definitely use them because they definitely give a nicer polished look. Okay? But with this particular card, so what I'm going to do, again with this one, I am going to use the score-it. You don't, this card actually isn't too thick, so you should be able to get away with just using your hands, but I'm going to use it just to be safe. So here I go. Okay. And again, you can probably see the line, hopefully. Might be hard to see with the design, but all you have to do now is fold it where that line is. And get a really nice finish. Okay, so the next thing to do, okay, and what I like to do is just fold that down just with my hands so it has a nice look to it. Okay, now some of my cards I like to leave as like a square edge, like a right angle, like this one, just simple right angle. Other ones I like to do the little curve. So with this particular card that I'm making, I wanted to do a curve. So this is where your quarter comes in. There are fancy tools that you can use that will create the circle for you or cut it for you. But if you don't have that tool, no big deal. All I'm doing is taking a quarter, and if I can pick it up, and I'm just putting it towards the edge of the paper, and I'm just tracing the outline with a curve. Okay, so I'm going to do that on all four sides, and then I'm going to cut them out. So this is what we're left with once you have cut out all the edges. Now, just to make everything look really nice and pretty, I just usually go back and grab an eraser and just take out all the spots, all the pencil marks. So now you have a beautiful card right here. This is the card actually this is the card that I'm going to use that I've already pre-cut, but I wanted to show you how to cut before. So now, as you can see, it's blank on the inside. So what I'm going to do is take a simple, just a plain piece of paper, okay? And again, this is just regular printing paper. And I'm just going to cut it in half. And what I'm basically going to do is just make a liner, an inside liner for the card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure out how much of the card is actually going to be. I'm going to measure out the size of the insert of the card. So I'm just going to put it against my original card here. And I'm going to say maybe about here. So maybe about here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this again. Now we have the insert of our paper, the insert of our card, and as you can see, it fits inside now. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm just going to actually cut the edges so that they're also rounded corners. So I'm going to do that here as well. And again, I'm just actually going to just erase all the pencil marks so that way it looks nice and pretty. So now you can see that this card fits in perfectly inside. Okay? So when you open it up, it's going to look like this. Now, there's nothing on the inside, so this is where my message makes sense with the days of the week. So this is a christening card. It's for a little girl, and it's got all the days of the week on the front cover, and the message that I've decided to put on the inside is going to be, may all the days of your life be blessed. So I'm going to put that in now. It's in fancy handwriting. So there is the inside of the card that now says, may all the days of your life be blessed. And what you can do is, this is in pencil right now. I always like to do things in pencil first. And actually I think I'm just going to leave it like that because it looks great. But if you wanted to, you can always use just like a fine point marker to just make it a little bit darker if you want. So all I need to do now is place this on the inside here, and I'm just going to use some double-sided tape to do that. Now you've got your card, and if you want to just add a little bit of an embellishment to it, I've got these from actually a previous video that I used, that I did, and I used them to make canisters, but what I'm going to do actually is just to add a little bit of extra, I guess, bling to my card, make it look a little bit more fancy. I'm just going to add a strip of this, something like that. And again, I'm just going to use some double-sided tape to keep it on there. And that's pretty much it. So let's just do that. And voila, there is your simple and easy card. So I've got a little bit of bling on there, and the inside message is, may all the days of your life be blessed. So that's it for my video today. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the video, and we'll see you again next time on Gigi's DIY Corner. Bye!